You know that feeling when you're just stuck? You've got dreams but something always holds you back. It's like you're playing by someone else's rules, living a life that's not truly yours. But smart women, the ones who rise above, don't follow the crowd. They carve their own path, they live intentionally. They make decisions that shape their futures, not by waiting for life to show up, but by taking control of every moment. So stop waiting for permission. It's time to build your own rules. Watch this video till the end and find out how following these 7 rules can change your life. Like, subscribe, and start living on your own terms today. Time. It's the one thing you can never get back, yet so many of us squander it like it's unlimited. You think you have all the time in the world, but in reality, each minute that passes is one you'll never see again, and yet you let it slip away, distracted, overwhelmed, caught in the cycle of endless to-do lists, obligations and responsibilities. You get so busy trying to juggle everything that you forget the most important thing: your time is yours to protect, to control, and to use with intention. You've felt it, haven't you? The feeling that time is moving faster than you can keep up, that your days blur into one another, and before you know it, another year has passed. You start to wonder, where did all that time go? It's easy to blame external forces, the demands of work, family, society, but deep down you know the truth. You've allowed others to control your time. You've let distractions, obligations, and even your own fears determine where your time goes. The smartest women don't wait for life to happen to them. They make it happen. They don't let themselves become overwhelmed by everything going on around them. They set clear boundaries, and they fiercely protect their time. They understand that time is a limited resource, and every minute counts. So they invest their time in the things that matter, whether that's their passions, their purpose, or simply their well-being. It's not about being busy, it's about being intentional. You don't need to do everything or say yes to every request. You don't need to be everywhere or try to meet every expectation. What you need is to reclaim your time. You need to stop letting the world dictate your schedule and start taking control of it. You need to create space for what matters most, and that begins with setting boundaries with others and with yourself. Think about your day. How many hours are spent on things that don't bring you closer to your goals? How much time do you waste scrolling, procrastinating, or just mindlessly moving through the motions? Every time you let your time slip away, you're choosing to give up on your future. You're choosing to stay stuck in the same place, in the same cycle, instead of moving forward, instead of creating something better. But here's the breakthrough. You have the power to change that. You have the power to take back your time and use it to build the life you want. It starts with one simple decision: to value your time as the precious resource it is. It's about choosing to protect your time, setting boundaries, managing your schedule, and making sure you're using every minute with intention. You get to decide how your time is spent. You get to decide what's worth your energy and what isn't. No one else can do that for you. No one else can give you your time back. The only person who has the power to reclaim your time is you. So stop letting life happen to you. Start taking control of your time and start making every minute count. Every hour you invest in what matters, your goals, your dreams, your well-being, is an hour that brings you closer to the life you're meant to live. Time may be your most precious resource, but it's also the one you can control, and when you start controlling it, everything changes. There's a quiet war going on inside you. You walk into rooms, smile, nod, play your part. You do your best, give your energy, show up for people, hoping they'll finally see you, hoping someone will say you're enough, you matter. But deep down, you're still waiting, still hoping that one day someone else will hand you the permission slip to feel valuable. You keep bending, you keep compromising, you keep shrinking parts of yourself just to fit in places that were never meant to hold you. But let's be honest, it's exhausting. Trying to prove your worth over and over again, it leaves you empty. It makes you question your voice, your choices, your very being. You start accepting less. You tolerate disrespect, settle for crumbs, all because somewhere along the way, the world convinced you that good enough was all you deserved. You've been conditioned to chase worth, to tie it to numbers, pause, praise, relationships, attention. But here's the truth that will break you free. Your worth was never something you had to earn. It was never up for negotiation. It was never anyone else's to define. You were born with value. You were built with purpose. And the moment you understand that, not just in your head, but in your bones, everything changes. Because smart women don't chase approval. They don't beg to be seen. They know who they are, and because they know they move differently, they don't shrink to make others feel comfortable. They don't wait around hoping someone will finally treat them right. They choose how they want to be treated. They set the standard. They walk away when it's not met. And that takes strength. That takes unlearning years of conditioning that taught you to be quiet, agreeable, small, that taught you to be thankful for whatever you get, even if it hurts. But not anymore, because once you see your worth, you can't unsee it. Once you taste what it feels like to stand tall in your truth, you'll never go back to begging. You're not here to audition for love. You're not here to prove your intelligence, your kindness, your capability to people who've already made up their mind. You're not here to be tolerated. You're here to be respected. And if someone can't meet you there, that's not your loss. That's theirs. Every decision you make, from how you speak to yourself, to the boundaries you set, to the people you allow in your life, is either reflecting your worth or ignoring it. The question is, are you living like someone who knows her value, or are you still waiting for permission to believe in it? This isn't about arrogance. This is about dignity, about refusing to hand over your value like it's something that needs to be voted on. This is about choosing to honor yourself in every room you walk into. It's about knowing you bring something real to the table, even when no one claps for it. So no, you don't settle. Not in relationships, not in work, not in the way you treat yourself. You don't lower the bar just to make others feel better. You raise it, and then you rise with it. Because once you know your worth, settling feels like betrayal. And you? You didn't come this far just to betray yourself. Your jaw tightens before the words reach your mouth. You rehearse what you need to say, then swallow it when the room feels colder than your courage. You tell yourself it's not worth the trouble, that peace matters more than honesty, and you walk away carrying a knot that doesn't loosen. The hardest thing to do is speak your truth when the tide is going the other way. But silence doesn't save you. It sells you. You weren't built to live muted. Every time you hold back what you know is true, you trade a small piece of yourself for temporary comfort. It seems harmless in the moment. Keep the job quiet, keep the relationship calm. Let the friend think you're fine, but the cost shows up later as resentment, as distance, as a version of you that stops trusting the person in the mirror. Speaking your truth is not about being loud or dramatic, it's about being aligned. It's the steady act of standing inside your values while the room shifts. Sometimes your voice will shake. Use it anyway. Clarity is a kindness, even when it stings first. Confusion, on the other hand, is corrosion. It eats trust from the inside. Start smaller than your fear. Name what is real in one sentence. This is what I need. This is what I can't accept. This is what I will do. Facts, not fireworks. When you put clean words on the table, you give people a chance to meet you honestly. They may not like it. They may push back. That's not your cue to disappear. That's your cue to stand taller. Tell the truth to yourself first. Admit where you've been shrinking. Admit where you've been saying yes to avoid feeling alone. Admit where you've been carrying work that doesn't belong to you. Private honesty builds public courage. When you stop lying in the mirror, your voice stops shaking as much in the world. Expect consequences and respect them. Truth rearranges relationships. Some people loved the quieter version of you because it served them. When you speak plainly, that arrangement ends. Let it. You are not responsible for other people's comfort. You are responsible for the integrity of your own life. Keep your tone calm and your spine straight. Walk away clean when a door has to close. Also expect surprises. Sometimes the thing you feared saying invites respect. Sometimes boundaries create better connection. People can't read what you refuse to write. When you speak with clarity and follow through, the right ones learn how to love you, work with you, and trust you. Prepare like a professional. Choose the time, the place, the words. Take 3 slow breaths before you begin. Lead with what you value, not with blame. Say the hard thing once, simply, and stop. Silence after truth is powerful. It gives the person space to grow instead of fuel to fight. You will stumble. You will wish you'd said it cleaner. Good. That's how you learn. Apologize for your tone, if you need to. Do not apologize for your truth. Then keep practicing on small moments, at the store, in meetings with family. Reps build range. Range builds presence. Most of all, remember what is at stake. Every time you speak your truth, you recover territory inside yourself. You make your life match on the outside what it already knows on the inside. You stop shrinking to fit rooms and start choosing rooms that fit you. That shift changes how you live, how you love, and how you work. The world will keep pulling you to soften, to edit, to disappear. Don't speak your truth, even when it costs you. Speak it, even when your hands are shaking. Speak it, and stand there long enough to feel the ground support you. That is how you become someone you can trust. That is how you stop living afraid. You fail, and the room goes quiet. Your chest tightens, your mind starts rewriting the story, and somewhere inside you hear the old verdict, not enough. You avoid the mirror, you dodge the questions. Failure feels like exposure. It feels like you've been measured and found small. But sit with it. Under the sting, there is information. Failure is not a sentence, it is a signal. It points at what matters, what's missing, and what you're ready to learn. If you stop running from the lesson, a wiser part of you is taking notes. She knows you didn't lose your worth. You just found your edge. Edges are where maps end and real territory begins. Where fear is loud but directions grow. Honest. Stay there long enough to learn its language well. You've been trained to fear the edge, to choose safe rooms, easy tasks, familiar scripts, to keep your record neat. But neat doesn't build you. Safe doesn't stretch you. Growth comes from friction. New muscle tears, new skills wobble, new voices crack. That discomfort isn't proof you're failing. It's proof you're in the territory where you become somebody you respect. Start with the autopsy, not the alibi. What actually happened? What did you control? Where did your preparation hold and where did it break? Name the gap with plain words. Then design the repair. One adjustment to your process. One rip you'll add every day. One conversation you'll have with someone who's further along. Treat it like craft, not drama. Next, rewrite the story you tell yourself after a miss. Your mind will try to make it personal and permanent. Don't let it. Replace "I'm not capable" with "I need a better system." Replace "they were right about me" with "I learned where to improve." The facts didn't say you are small, they said your method needs work. That is solvable. You are not broken. Your approach is just early. Protect your courage with structure. Schedule practice the way you would a meeting you can't skip. Build a floor you can keep on the worst days. 15 minutes, one page, one set. Consistency doesn't erase failure, it converts it into momentum. When your confidence is shaky, let your calendar carry you until your legs remember their strength. Surround yourself with people who respect attempts, not just outcomes. Ask clearly for honest feedback, then breathe while you listen. You don't need to defend yourself. You need to gather the parts that will make the next version stronger. Also, learn when to close the file. There's a difference between persistence and punishment. If the path drains you without teaching you, step back. Pivoting isn't quitting, it's strategic obedience to the truth you discovered. Courage is not staying. Courage is staying aligned. When grief shows up, and it will, let it sit with you. Name the loss of the version you hope to be by now. Cry if you need to. Pray if you do. Then stand. Feeling isn't to drown, it clears fog so your feet find ground again. You are allowed to be disappointed. You are not allowed to disappear. Now use the fuel. Let failure give you the target, the hunger, the humility. Return to the work with cleaner eyes and steadier hands. Take the next rep, then the next. Ship the revision, ask for the meeting. Try again with the knowledge you earned the hard way. It isn't about proving them wrong, it's proving you keep your word when the wind is in your face. One day you'll look back and bless this stretch of road, not because it was painless, but because it was precise. It cut away pretending. It carved a backbone. It turned you from someone who avoids risk into someone who builds strength from it. And when the next failure arrives, and it will, you won't collapse. You'll nod, you'll learn, you'll move, you'll grow stronger, wiser, more resilient. You can feel it the moment you walk into certain rooms. Your shoulders rise a little, your voice shrinks. You measure yourself against small conversations and smaller expectations. Then there are other rooms where your spine remembers itself and your thoughts stand up straight. That difference isn't magic, it's people. and people are powerful enough to tilt your whole life without touching a thing. You've been loyal to circles that drain you. You give encouragement and receive criticism, wrapped as jokes. You share dreams and hear reasons to wait, to shrink, to be realistic. You leave those moments heavy, doubting what you knew before you walked in. It wears you down in ways sleep can't fix. That exhaustion is not weakness, it's the cost of carrying other people's limits. Choosing your circle is not cold, it is responsible. Energy is contagious, and you catch it every day. If you stand too long near cynicism, your hope will cough. If you live beside chaos, your peace will shake. Smart women treat access like currency. Not everyone can reach you. Not everyone should. You do not owe proximity to anyone who spends your spirit carelessly. Start by telling the truth about impact, not intention. Who helps you return to your values when you drift? Who listens and then points you toward action instead of gossip? Who celebrates your boundaries rather than negotiating them? Keep those close. Then look at the ones who always need a rescue, who borrow your time and never return it, who turn every victory into a warning. Love them from a distance. Your compassion is not a leash. Build a circle that practices the standard you want to live by. Seek quiet competence more than loud advice. Choose friends who are proud of your growth, not threatened by it. Choose partners who can hold their own storms without flooding your home. Choose mentors who correct you without dimming you. Let your table be small if small means strong. Boundaries will feel awkward at first. You'll worry about being misunderstood. You'll be tempted to over-explain. Don't. Speak calmly. Keep promises to yourself, and let consistency translate what explanations cannot. The right people will adjust. The wrong ones will accuse you of changing. They're right. You are changing. From available for anything to available for what aligns. Expect a season of loneliness. Emptying space makes noise. Sit in it without running back to what hurts. Use the quiet to rebuild trust with yourself. Learn the difference between attention and support, between advice and investment, between being included and being valued. When the loneliness fades, you'll notice something new. You wake lighter, you create faster, your pace is yours again. Then become the friend you want to keep. Guard confidences. Tell the truth gently. Cheer privately and publicly. Refuse to entertain the kind of talk that ruins rooms. Ask better questions. Celebrate effort, not only outcomes. When you behave like this, you attract people who know how to hold you up without holding you back. Your future needs a gatekeeper. Be one. Raise the standard for who gets your hours, your focus, your hope. Let your life be a place where growth is normal, rest is respected, and joy is safe. When your circle aligns with your purpose, momentum returns and drama recedes. You stop surviving other people's weather and start building a climate of your own. Choose wisely. Your circle is the ground your future stands on. Protect the door, bless the exits, and keep walking toward the rooms where your name means possibility, not permission. That is how you rise. You wake to the same loop. Hurry. Promise. Postpone. Another day spent serving fires you didn't start. Morning arrives and the pattern reloads. Growth feels like a luxury you can't afford. Something you'll get to when life finally opens a lane. That lane never opens. You don't need more time. You need a new agreement with yourself. Growth isn't an event, it's a daily investment, a steady deposit into the person you're becoming when the world isn't watching. The smartest move you can make is to stop waiting for big windows and start using small doors. 10 minutes of study, one drill, one conversation that teaches you something about courage. Small doesn't mean weak. Small means repeatable. Repetition is what changes you. Start where you stand. Choose one skill that would multiply your life if it improved by even 20%. Put it at the front of the morning. While your mind is clean, protect the simple block. No negotiating. No notifications. This isn't about chasing credentials. This is about sharpening tools you actually use. If the day explodes, you've already eaten the meal that feeds your future. Make the practice visible. Track it where your eyes can't ignore it. A wall calendar, a ledger, a simple tally on the counter. You don't need elaborate systems, just proof. When your mood argues, the marks answer. They say you showed up. They say the work is real, even when results are slow to appear. Feed your mind like you would a body you respect. Curate what you consume. Swap 1 hour of scrolling for 1 hour of learning from people who've done the thing you're building. Take notes you'll actually use. Information is cheap. Integration is rare. Your advantage won't be what you heard, it will be what you practiced until it changed your behavior. Surround your growth with friction for distraction and lubrication for effort. Put the phone in another room. Lay out the book. Set a timer, start the drill and stop when it ends. Leave the setup ready for tomorrow so the threshold stays low. Momentum loves a staged room. Expect resistance. The old life will invite you back with ease and noise. People who benefit from your availability will call your boundaries selfish. Let them adjust. Your future owes more to your discipline than to their comfort. You are not abandoning them, you are abandoning the pattern that kept you tired and almost ready. Invest in more than skill, invest in recovery. That keeps skill expanding. Sleep like someone who has work worth protecting. Move your body so your brain stays bright. Eat in ways that stabilize your focus. Simple, steady habits turn learning into performance when pressure arrives. Each day, complete one loop. Learn something. Apply it somewhere. Reflect on what happened. Adjust tomorrow's plan. That cycle is compound interest for character. Weeks of it will do what years of vague hope never did. You won't need to broadcast the change. People will feel it when they meet you. One day the opportunities you thought you needed will find you already prepared. Doors will open because your name now means reliability, craft and honesty. It won't be luck. That is how steady change becomes visible and durable. You don't have to overhaul your life to grow. You have to honor one block today, then honor it again tomorrow. Treat growth like non-negotiable rent you pay to your future. Pay it daily. Pay it especially when you don't feel like it. Then watch your life widen, not from wishing but from work you can point to without a speech. You have been asking the world to hand you certainty before you move. That is why the road keeps closing. You wait for a sign, for a guarantee, for someone wiser to nod yes. And time answers with silence. Meanwhile, your life stands at a green light. The cars behind you are honking. What you need is not permission. What you need is trust, yours. Trust is built in small, private hours. It is formed when you keep a promise that nobody audits. Wake when you said you would. Begin when you said begin. End when you said enough. Each kept word becomes a quiet brick, and brick by brick you build a ground you can stand on when the wind is loud. Confidence is not thunder. Confidence is the floor that doesn't give when you step. You already carry instincts that speak in low tones. They are often drowned by fear and by the need to please. Turn down the room. Listen to the steady directions that survive after the panic passes. Your body knows the difference between excitement and danger. Your spirit knows the difference between obligation and calling. Honor that knowledge before you poll the crowd. Crowds protect comfort. Your life needs courage. Bold decisions are not reckless, they are precise moves aligned with your deepest values. Name those values each morning so choice has rails. When the options arrive, measure them against the life you are building, not the life that flutters you for a minute. If a decision expands your integrity, your craft, your capacity to love, it is worth the risk. If it shrinks you, the price is too high, no matter the applause. You will be tempted to wait until you feel brave. Bravery is often the receipt, not the spark. Action generates proof and proof quiets doubt. Start with one decisive step you can complete today. Send the message, book the meeting, decline the invitation that steals your focus. Once motion begins, the next move reveals itself. Paths rarely appear to statues, except that navigation means correction. A bold choice will sometimes take you somewhere humbling. Good. Adjust course without shame. Self-trust does not mean you are always right. It means you are willing to learn in public and still keep your word to yourself. Record what the decision taught you, then move again with cleaner eyes. Guard your circle while you practice. Share your plans with people who respect risk and understand process. Protect your mind from those who label your courage as arrogance, because your change challenges their comfort. You are not required to offer a courtroom defense for your evolution. Your results will testify. Some days you will hear the old voices, be smaller, wait longer, ask again. On those days, return to your bricks. Read the ledger of promises kept. Remember the storms you outlasted. Evidence is stronger than mood. Stand on it, then choose. Not perfectly, clearly. Trust yourself and make the bold decision. Let the moment feel big and still move your feet. The future will not drag you across the line. It will meet you on the other side of a choice you owned. That is where your life widens and your name starts to mean something you can stand behind. Walk forward with a steady face and working hands. Keep your plans simple, your standards high, and your promises short enough to keep daily. Repeat them until they feel like breath. One decision, then another, until the pattern becomes character. And when doubt knocks, let it find you already gone, on your way.